The invisible chain of crime, stretching from the dusty streets of Mexico to those massive high-security mansions in Guadalajara, has finally snapped at its weakest link. The Mexican government did not only go after the cartel Jalisco New Generation, it also launched a major cleanup operation against the fastest-growing and most dangerous criminal organizations on the continent. This time, the targets were not just street hitmen or small-scale dealers. The real targets were the dark strategy experts managing drug routes from Central America and crossing borders. Today in Vantablack, we lay out the chilling truths behind the seized military arsenal and how the secret cooperation between the cartel Jalisco New Generation and the ruthless, borderless Venezuelan organization Tren de Aragua came to light. The circle is tightening. There is no way out. Jalisco is now not just a state for the Mexican army and federal units. It is literally the stage for a struggle for existence. But this time, a completely different foreign name stood out in intelligence reports: Tren de Aragua. Emerging from the prisons of Venezuela and spreading like a cancer across South America, this organization infiltrated Mexico to fill the logistics vacuum of the cartel Jalisco New Generation in Central America. This was exactly why the operation was launched with such haste. The merger of two major criminal giants could not be allowed. Security forces captured 6 members of Tren de Aragua and 4 important names from the cartel Jalisco New Generation simultaneously through high-risk raids. Among those detained were no ordinary hitmen. The head coordinator, who managed the drug flow from Central America with almost military precision, and the #1 strategist of operations in Guadalajara are now behind bars. This was one of the hardest blows dealt to the brain of the cartel. When the steel doors were broken with battering rams during the raids, the scene that emerged resembled an organized military outpost rather than a den of crime. On the tables were 4 Russian-made AK-74 rifles, and beside them, the military standard of the West, 2 M4 carbines. These weapons were not chosen at random. Cartel members were clearly showing that they were preparing for a bloody war, not only against rival gangs, but also against the elite units of the state. Other seized equipment and communication devices revealed that this group did not consist of a local cell, but was part of an intercontinental chain. The professional equipment confiscated in the operation reveals the level of paramilitarization of the cartel Jalisco New Generation: 4 state-of-the-art tactical vests, 8 heavy ballistic plates, elbow protectors for close quarters combat. These clearly explain that those captured were not ordinary punks, but specially trained narco operators. But the most striking detail was the green pixelated sweatshirts found at the raid site and the cartel Jalisco New Generation insignia they wore proudly, which has become a new symbol of fear in the criminal world. These pixel camouflage patterns are the clearest indicator that the cartel now sees itself as an alternative army rivaling the Mexican military. Those insignias prove that those captured serve not just an organization, but an ideology. The capture of the person responsible in Guadalajara created a giant void in the management of the cartel Jalisco New Generation. The deciphering of logistics routes and the neutralization of the coordinator of the drug flow coming from Central America mean that the billion-dollar revenue gate of the cartel is sealed for now. But the Mexican government also knows that in this brutal world, when one head falls, other monsters immediately emerge to take its place. The fact that Tren de Aragua was able to infiltrate Mexico so deeply is the clearest indicator that the criminal world now operates like a cross-border corporation. Vantablack will continue to watch the global alliances of these next-generation crime empires and the relentless silent war waged against them. Even if insignias are stripped, weapons are silenced, and handcuffs are closed, the traces of this war will not be easily erased from the streets of Guadalajara. Perhaps the state won a victory today, but new routes are being drawn and new revenge plans are being prepared underground. Stay in Vantablack. Continue to meet the most striking, coldest, and darkest face of the truths. Do not forget to subscribe, because this file opens into a labyrinth much deeper than you think. See you again soon.